legend where magic meets the heart. Commander's Pod, where the stories unfold, with heroes and villains new and old. Dungeon Jeff and Flo got the word, in the world of EV8 we play.
Hello everyone, welcome again to Commander's Pod. I'm your pod father Duncan.
I'm Sloan.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to kind of give a quick ranking of the standard legal precons that exist as of this date. We're doing standard legal because there's way too many precons in general.
Right.
A and B, even within a certain time period, there's things like Modern Horizons 3, which is a premium set, and those decks cost $80. It's not a fair comparison.
Right.
So, we're also going to have some Tales from the Table. That doesn't do what you think it does. Aggro Jeff's going to make an appearance, and we got some pro tips.
Yeah, we have some pro tips.
Okay. All right. So pretty full docket. So let's get into it. Aggro Jeff, what's aggravating you?
So we consistently talk about the frustration that we have towards Wizards because they're doing the whole cutting the local store out of the cards with the secret layer. They're selling on Amazon. They're not making enough cards or charging too much for their collector's packs and their collector's boxes, and even just regular packs going up in price. And many times we're getting less actual cards at different times. And those frustrations are correctly placed, but I think there's some responsibility to be had on some of the stores here too. And ultimately what will happen from that is also us as a consumer. Because right now the cost of the collector's packs for the Avatar set are like $900 to $1,000.
Yeah.
It's really unacceptable. There's actually an MSRP that most people are not paying attention to. I do believe if stores, even the big stores, would have to do this because the small stores don't have enough inventory to do this. If the big stores were actually selling at the MSRP, the market this wouldn't be the problem. There wouldn't be this type of demand. I think what's happening is people are holding things back so that they can raise the prices and make just ridiculous amounts of profit on these boxes, and I don't think that's appropriate. And I think at some point Wizards should step in. I mean, the easiest thing to do is to do like a lot of companies do, and you're not allowed to sell it for more. If you sell it over a certain price, you just aren't going to get product anymore. And someone could say, look, they're not the distributor, but they control who the distributor sells or doesn't sell to, right, or who has a magic ID or whatever it's called. It's got to stop. 900 to 1,000 is ridiculous. And there are cards in there that you just can't get, and it's fun to open those sometimes. Like, someone step up, have a little bit of integrity. No one needs to be charging $1,000 for a box of cards. That's essentially gambling.
Yeah, and I want to point out, too, that this is about on pace, I want to say, maybe with what happened with Final Fantasy Collector Boosters, where when they first announced Final Fantasy Collector Boosters, we saw the MSRP was $350 or $400, and then within a month of them starting to spoil cards, it shot up to $700, then it went up again to $1,000, and now it's still sitting over $1,000 for.
It's over $2,000.
Yeah.
Well, and to be clear, MSRP didn't change.
No, MSRP did not change. It's just what people decided they're going to sell it at, and so the thing that is, again, somewhat scary for me is we don't even know if they're doing serialized cards yet. Like, they haven't announced one or shown one. And they've already said that there's certain cards that you have a 1 of 1 chance of getting in the collector boosters packs compared to the play boosters, which is 1 of 26 chance of getting. So we already know that the collector boosters are going to be better ratio-wise for certain cards. But the thing that is crazy is we don't even know what serialized we're going to get yet if we do get one. Because, again, that could also then shoot it way through the roof, and we have a Final Fantasy issue again.
Now, there is some responsibility in us, too. Just, you got to have some personal integrity and just not buy those things. Like, if no one's buying it, it's not going to stay expensive. This is the same thing that happened with the Magic, what was it, was it 50th or 20th anniversary? When they sold 30th anniversary. Just don't buy it. Someone's got to put an end to this.
They were non-legal cards.
I get it.
They weren't tournament legal.
I get it. Wait, someone's going to crack those boxes. Buy the singles. Don't buy these boxes at $1,000. That's crazy.
The problem is they are charging this much because people are buying them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Stop buying them.
That's not going to happen.
That's
but like me.
I could try.
I mean, when you're buying your favorite thing, me coming and saying to you, stop buying it, you're making it more expensive. You're not going to do that.
Well, I
mean,
don't know.
I will say this. The rubber will meet the road when they inevitably announce the Star Trek set. And if this happens with the Star Trek set, we will come back to Jeff and we will ask him, Jeff, are you going to buy the $1,000 collector booster box to make sure you get it, or are you going to try to do what you said you're going to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I will say this, and I said this previously on I think it was last week or the week before episode. I am not planning on buying a collector boosters box except from our local shop, because they are, as far as I know of, one of the only shops in the area that stays as close to MSRP as they can.
Well, we don't know what the other shops are necessarily doing. Hopefully they're doing the same thing, because there are a decent amount of shops. When we say area, we don't know what that means.
The other shop that I have gone to in the area, you know the one I'm talking about, the one I went to when this one was closed for a couple weeks when they were moving.
Yeah.
They will pre-order at the MSRP. But then when the regular orders come in, they
shoot it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's whatever
market
value.
But again, we can't necessarily speak to all the stores in this area, but we'll say that at least we know a store that keeps as close to MSRP as possible.
The problem is not game stores. It's not your LGS, unless your LGS is one of those big box stores.
Right, which is also an LGS.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's not. You're not comparing apples to apples.
Well, we don't
what I mean?
know. Some of these small shops might be gouging prices too on TCG player at $1,200.
That's great, but they're gouging prices on 12 collector booster boxes because that's all they get.
Right, I get it. But they're still responsible. They don't get to avoid responsibility just because they're small.
That's fine, but I'm saying I don't think it's happening with small ones, because unless they're telling their guys in the shop, I don't have any, and then selling it all on TCG, the shops are not getting as much product as they're asking for. If it's a small local shop, they say, okay, I want 25 of the regular booster box. I want 50 of the collector booster box. I want 20 bundles. And then they get their order, and it's like, okay, you're getting 12 collector booster boxes. You're getting 12 play booster boxes, and you're getting 3 bundles.
Yeah, it's allocation based on how much you spent last time, yeah.
But it's not an algorithm. It's we'll give the guys who can buy anything pallets worth, and you get scraps.
I mean, that's how it works. Just they can fix MSRP though. It's like just enforce it.
Well, the problem there too is I'm pretty sure that when Wizards went back to MSRP, they said standard non-Universe Beyond products will have an MSRP. So, for instance, Edge of Eternities was a standard MSRP.
Right.
Under Junction was a standard MSRP.
I think
Final
Avatar
Fantasy
does have an MSRP, though.
They do, but they're not going to enforce it because it's a Universes Beyond.
I don't feel like they're enforcing any of it.
They may not be, but I do feel like with the regular sets, it's not an issue, one way or the other.
All right, well, I'm aggravated at everyone. So I'm aggravated at people buying, I'm aggravated at the shops selling too much, and I'm aggravated at Wizards for not enforcing the friggin' MSRP.
I'm most aggravated at the system because while the big box stores can buy and sell a ton of stuff, they're not buying and selling a ton of stuff to their local patrons. They're doing online sales on their website. They're doing TCG Player. They're going to conventions and selling there.
Yeah, and convention prices don't even get me started there. Holy
cows. I mean,
that's aftermarket.
But they're getting the priority because they can move the product in that volume. Local stores should be able to get what they can sell, and then those big box stores should get a huge amount.
I suspect some of the local store stuff, though, is also like there's a level at which they're protecting the local store. Because I bet a lot of local stores would buy a lot more stuff than they could sell if they were allowed to.
If they can,
and get
then
themselves in
that's
trouble.
on them. But remember a couple years ago when they found the MTG product in the landfill?
Yeah.
Like pallets of it?
Yeah.
So that was a situation where Wizards overprinted it. I think you come out with a system where local game stores, the small, actual local, not the big box that serves as a local, gets what they ask for. Just give it to them.
I don't think
big
you should
box
do that.
stores gets what they ask for plus whatever's left. That they can have, if they want tons of product, fine. Go back to printing the quantities you used to, and it is on them to sell it.
Well, but what you don't understand is that a lot of companies are gonna overextend themselves. Look, we know a decent amount of card shops. We've seen enough card shops go out of business. It's not like, how do I say this? In general, as a process, most card shops are not necessarily the most dialed into their finances.
Right.
So if you just let them buy whatever they want, Duncan, a lot of them would shoot themselves in their own feet.
Okay.
And then Wizards would lose stores to sell to.
But there will always be somebody to replace them later on. If there's a market, somebody's going to want to fill that market. It happened with us when, remember Poppin' Comics?
Yeah.
Was our store before Mystic Forge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then once Mystic Forge came in, now we have 2 others in Port Charlotte.
Sure.
Which is insane considering like Venice has none. But
it doesn't hurt that Magic has grown since then either. So.
Right. But I'm saying there's always somebody who will take its spot. If somebody doesn't know how to manage a business, they shouldn't be. And it shouldn't be we're going to handcuff everybody because a few of you don't know what you're doing and shouldn't be business owners.
It's just how business. They're not going to. They have to know what they can. They prepare these sets way in advance.
Right.
It's not so easy as just like pressing a button on a machine to just print more.
So my only counterpoint is I do think that, sure, like not letting the local smaller mom and pop shop, quote unquote, order to a heart's desire is, necessarily needed. But however, what I will say is when you have a store that shows continuous success of selling out their products over and over again, and then you pigeonhole them, that seems a little ridiculous.
That's the other thing we don't know. I do think you guys are right that that's happening, but we don't know. We're not on that side of it. We don't know how much the shops are actually ordering.
I do. I talked to
you don't know because you know what they tell you. You have secondhand information.
Right.
You're not looking at. They might be completely telling you the truth, but we don't know.
But I do know their disappointment with the fact. And why they haven't started pre-orders on Spider-Man, which is only a couple weeks away, is because they don't know how to divvy up such a small amount of stuff. They're like, it is so small, we might have to have a lottery for people to be able to get a collector's box.
That's the other part too. Is Magic is looking at this and going, and we're spending a lot of time on this, but Magic is looking at this and going, okay. If I print to demand, I ruin my own card game. Why? Because now I destroy the collector part of it. Yeah, The game is strong, but the cards are worth nothing. So they almost have to look at it and go, how much are we going to sell to where there's still a demand for it? And they want a demand for it. All I'm saying is the demand is great. I love the demand. Keep the demand. Just enforce some things on MSRP. Just say, look, MSRP is $350. You're allowed to go up to $450. At that point, we catch you selling above that, which is basically ripping off our customer base, which they should care about. When you're gouging our customer, we're going to step in and say, we're going to remove your allocation.
But
don't do that.
I don't think Hasbro is going to do that.
Right. Well, they should.
Because it is a self-fixing problem. The set is too popular. We don't have enough. What's going to be the restrictor? Well, price. Price is going to be the restrictor.
I mean,
right, but
but to counter your point with the whole, like, you have to look at it from the collector side, they have serialized cards. That is specifically a collector chase card. That is what people want. They have special art cards that are limited. Those are chase cards for the set. Then they have secret layers. So they already have 3 things set up that collectors can chase. But that shouldn't affect because if you make, because I get what you're saying, if we overprint, it's great. But if you overprint the commons and uncommons, that's not going to affect the collector side.
What happened to baseball cards?
They overprinted them.
Right. But the difference between baseball cards and Magic is baseball cards were not a game. That was strictly for collection. Magic is also a game. So if you focus too much on one side versus the other, you're going to lose something somewhere. So my point is restrict the printing on certain arts, do serialized cards, and do restricted printings on secret layers. Those are 3 things that are chaseable items for collectors that will keep those prices high, while you can still print the bulk stuff out of the set without it affecting the collector side.
Right, and you can have that opinion. I disagree. I think the cards still need to be. I think they need to make them so that they are not. There has to be some rarity to this game. It has to be hard to come across.
3 rarities.
I don't.
Three.
I disagree with you though. I don't.
You're
think
telling
those
me
are the
none of
only,
those are rarities?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is their cards in general, the general cards need to not be printed to demand.
He's not wrong, because there's even among, so think about the $1 cards, $2 cards, $5 cards you get in every set. Doing what you're saying, they're going to be pennies. There isn't going to be none of those cards.
But the difference from what I'm saying versus just straight up printing as much as humanly possible in the set is that there are some cards that should only be pennies that are worth way more than they should be because of the fact that the set was bought out so quickly and sold out so quickly that no one else could get their hands on it.
Let me tell you both what they're actually doing. We are getting a reprint of the Final Fantasy set in November.
Sure.
Now, it will probably be like...
they announced that?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It'll probably be like they did with the Lord of the Rings, where it's a holiday set, and it's tweaked.
Oh, gosh, that's going to be hard to get then.
Yeah, but again...
but I'm saying... And then Dragons of Tarkir, which also sold out. Now, it didn't have the MSRP problem because that was held to MSRP.
Yeah.
But that is getting a reprint in September.
So, Johnny, I know you're struggling with. You have a different opinion, and that's perfectly okay. But what I'm saying is, yes, there's these different level of chase cards, but the fact that there's a card out there that's $600 is really held up by the fact that its main version is $10. And people are chasing the $10 card, and because it's hard to get that $10 card, they feel good when they get it. I open a pack, I get that $10 card, I feel good. If I open the pack and there are no $10 cards, I won't open any packs.
I don't care about it being $10. What I care about is the regular version is $70 and the special version is $150. Why? The regular version of the card that has nothing special about it, it's the most basic printing, should not cost me $70 to try to get.
Typically, those are pretty rare.
It should, but it's the same. No.
I don't even think it's 70 right now.
No, but I'm saying, that's one that's the basic version.
And it was like $40 when it was the basic version. Yeah.
The basic. Well, no, not even the basic version. The basic version was $90. The one that was only $40 was the one that came in the Play Booster, the bundle, because you guaranteed got that art, and so that was the cheapest one because it was
there was the most of them.
Exactly, there was the most of them, but that one was still even $40.
But regardless, they are doing reprints, and the thing you also have to remember, it's only the collector boosters that this is happening to. Play boosters for Final Fantasy are still available. They're not insane prices.
Well,
I say they're available. They're not like you can't walk into a store and find them, but they're on TCG at a much more reasonable price than the collector boosters.
But I mean, collector boosters are on TCG. The price is insane, but they're there.
I'm saying though, the price is.
But my point is
it's
right
the
now
collector ones
we can't even walk into our shop and get a Play Booster for Final Fantasy right now.
Not yet, but we will be able.
Right, but that's my point. It's been how long has it been since they've had a Final Fantasy Play that wasn't held for this?
But by the same token, standards moved on. That's not the focus. But my thing is, you can't go and buy Dragons of Tarkir Edge of Eternities.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're still waiting on the next allocation of that. It's like, come on, guys. Not the shop, but the distributors. But anyway, yes, the collector boosters are out of control, and the problem is, if you really look at it, it's probably the investors.
Yeah.
The
people are buying and hoarding.
Yeah, it's not the players. It's not the normal.
I think it's the shops. I think the investors also own the shops.
They may own some shops, and they may.
I don't think they own the majority of shops.
Let me point out this: every shop has whales. Yeah. Now the whales at our shop would not be whales at the big shops.
No. Right.
And the whales at the big shops are those investors who are buying a case of boosters.
Well, also those shops, some of those shops offset 150 other shops.
Yeah.
You know, like because some of them are pretty big.
But even for our shop, what they have to consider is, yes, this is going to stink for everybody. They don't have enough. They're not going to be able to satisfy their whales.
Right, and then they're going to go to a shop where it's like, why am I paying more, but I can get more?
Right. So
what you hope is buy the couple from us, and then buy the others from them.
You can't buy a couple. They might get one.
Okay,
They're
but-
going to have
so
to.
buy the
they
one
don't
from
have
them,
enough
buy from
collector
someone else.
boosters to
But
allow
it's-
everybody to even have one.
That's
Yeah.
the point, right? As of right now, what Duncan's
So
saying is
he's
our
like-
shop is not even guaranteed you can get one if you walk in the day for the pre-orders. Like, it's a maybe you might get a chance to get one right now.
Right,
Because
but-
it's the allocation is so poor.
I get it. And
So their point is, we are trying to be fair. Talking against them, they're trying to be fair, is what they're telling me. But we want to treat our best customers well, but we can't. But we also don't want to be unfair. So it's like totally not. How they're
you
trying
just have
to figure out.
you have to do a lottery.
Yeah.
Have people do a lottery, and then you just pick who wins
but-
and who gets
and-
to buy it. But I would like the shops to stop ignoring MSRP. Some of them are doing that. Some of them are not. We can't control what they do in the secondary market, but I suspect it's not just the secondary market. I suspect some of the shops are also raising their prices. And Wizards, please start to enforce some of this.
Yeah, we'll see, but I don't think Wizards has any interest in doing that. Real quick, Tales from the Table. So just talking about the Precon League and the games that were going on. So our buddy Lizard he didn't do the last Precon League. He is taking this one very seriously. He's like, I think this is a cool idea, but I want to play smart because that's what makes a difference in his opinion on Precons.
Sure.
So he's keeping a log of his games and how the person played their deck, who they chose as the commander, because some people have chosen the alternate commanders and
Right.
stuff. But I've had a game with him, first game this week. I didn't play against him in the first week of the league, but first game this week, I played against him with Bryce and this guy, Bobby. And Lizard was going off. Lizard was like at 68 life with us chipping away at him. Then I really started to swing at him and brought him down to like 40. And then by the time it got back to me, he was back up in the 60s. It was nuts. And so we're all trying to chip away. We're all trying to do stuff. And
We'll also say who is he playing, which is a very good commander for
he's playing the Scions.
Ishtola?
And Ishtola.
Ishtola.
Scions and Spellcraft.
White, blue, black, Ishtola.
So we'll get into our rating on that in a minute. But he's doing it. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to pilot, and he's doing it quite well. He got a few good pulls this week, but in the 2 weeks he has 3 wins, and he has the most wins.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
50% win
50%
ratio.
win rate.
That's, anyone would take that.
Yep. Lucas, who was the head of the last one, he's struggling a lot more this time. But honestly, I don't think he picked as overpowered a deck, but he picked the deck he likes to play. So
Right.
that's what's important. But anyway, so we're chipping away at Lizard. Right after him is Bobby.
Well, he changed to commander too. He's playing. When I played him, he's playing counter blitz, but he's playing with a different commander.
Oh, you're talking about Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway.
So that might affect it.
Passes turn to Bobby. Bobby's got a few. He's playing the Manifest Dread, the I can pick
Tarkir one?
Jump scare.
a jump scare, yes. The jump scare deck.
Yeah, Zamone, Mystery
And
Unraveler.
he's got like 6 things. Now, but what's helping us from him being a problem is Lizard has Authority of Consoles out.
Oh, okay.
comes in tapped.
Comes in tapped, he gains life. That's where he's getting most of his life.
Right.
That's crazy.
So it's keeping Bobby in check. But Bobby plays Overwhelming Stampede.
I'll do it. That'll do it.
And we had just seen Lizard recur from his library Swords to Plowshares. Now, Bobby has a creature that's an 18/18.
But not anymore.
Well, funny you mentioned, because here's the thing. Lizard's taking this very seriously, but he's still Lizard. He's like, you know what? Good game. You got it.
Gave it to him.
He gave it to him. Because he said, we got 10 minutes left. He goes, yes, I have a ton of life, but you guys have wiped all my stuff out. There's no way I can win. There's no way you other two are going to win. Bobby's got the only shot. I'm going to let him win. I don't want to draw.
So that someone does the same thing for him later to
No,
change.
no.
I think it's smart.
I think
Nobody's
Lizard,
gonna do that for Lizard.
Lizard is not someone who likes draws. He rather someone win than
Unless he
draw.
causes it.
I think.
Then
Yeah,
likes it.
unless he
Like he used to
stalemates
play
the game.
Hedegetsu so that everybody lost.
I think that,
Yeah.
I think others would return that favor. If he's someone who's, it's sort of like when you're networking as a business. Your best way to network is to give other people's card to other people and introduce others to each other rather than you introducing your business. I think
mean,
it's a really smart play on Lizard's part.
that may be what he's doing, but I don't think so. That's just the way Lizard is. I think to him, he's like, I get the same number of points whether you win or not.
Right. I think it's
doesn't
really
make a
smart.
difference
I
to
think
me.
it's really smart.
If I draw or you win, I get the same.
Whether
number.
he's doing it on purpose or not, it's still smart.
All right. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting. Second match, who do I have to face against? Bobby.
Yeah.
So this time, I'm keeping him in check because there's no lizard at the table.
Right.
But I'm having to build up my board state a little faster than I wanted to keep him in check, and I'm like trying to hope the other two don't think
That
well, now
deck
he's
is
a problem.
crazy.
And then Bobby swings out at me, brings me to 7. I'm like, all right, well, I got to put him down. So I did, but now I'm at
Like
7.
a rabid dog.
Yes, seriously. But so,
Old Yeller, take him out.
I have still yet to win a game. I'm thinking about
That's-
switching my commander again now to Veyron, Voice of Devour.
Same deck, but
Or
same
you
deck.
could just
Be better.
Yeah.
At least I show up. But anyway,
That's true.
and then also we have a that doesn't do what you think it does. So the question was brought up, Draneth Magistrate, when somebody has cast their commander, if you have the ability to cast it for flash or to bring it back from your graveyard somehow at instant speed, if somebody's cast their commander, can you do it in response? The answer is no, you cannot. The Draneth only cares about the cast, not the resolution. So once the spell's been cast, he does nothing. So
It's pretty good.
just a real quick rules thing for you there. So let's go into the standard legal precons. For those who are so heavy in Commander you don't really pay attention to standard. Standard right now is everything from Wilds of Eldraine forward that are standard sets.
Right.
When making this list, I have to say the difference between the first and the last is not as big as if we had made this deck this list like 3 years ago.
Right, yeah.
The decks have gotten much better.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Wizards is capable of building a good precon. It's just a matter of sometimes, like, for whatever reason, they just, I swear, I feel like they decide to build bad decks.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, if we look at this list like we're about to and kind of go through it quickly, you'll see, like, there is pretty good decks that are very consistent right out the box.
Yep. I will also say that this is my list of order.
Yeah, this is...
Because I've played and or played against more of these than these two.
Mm-hmm.
I own 90% of these.
Well,
there's only a few I chose not
a
to
couple
buy.
of these I might have played more against than you.
Yes,
Because
your household.
3 of them we played
Yes.
2 games every day for a while.
Yeah. So we're just going to go down the list. I'm going to start at number 1 in my rating and go down.
Yeah.
We're just going to say brief things about them. But the first one I have is Counter Blitz from Final Fantasy with Titus, Yuna's Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
That is a white, blue, green deck.
Yep.
That deck is absolutely nuts. It's resilient. It's fast. It piles on the counter.
Well, and the only thing I have to say about it is it's easy. Also, you don't have to guess what you're doing. You don't have to. You know exactly what you're doing.
Well, it
the
gets
hardest
easy
thing
until
about
you
it
have
is
3
keeping track.
modifiers.
Yeah, keeping track of the different triggers. But you still know what you're doing. You're putting counters on things.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
I mean, the big advantage of this deck is it's probably, in regards to like 3 color combos, this is probably one of the strongest. Green for ramp, blue for control, white for protection. Like it's got the kind of the 3 things you really want to focus on. So it is a really good deck. The commander that comes with it, Titus or Titus, however you want to say it. He's only a 3-drop, green, white, blue, so really quick to get out.
To that, people were like, why is he saying Titus? I played the game, it's Titus. In Japanese, it was Titus.
Yes.
That's where
oh,
this
that's
split
why I
comes.
was saying it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a
good.
split.
So
some people were like, that's so stupid they're saying Titus.
Because I was told it was
the Japanese
Titus.
pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if a lot of like hardcore Final Fantasy people will call him Titus, they won't call him Titus, and then more of the casual Final Fantasy fans will.
Well, if we know anything about anyone, it's that I am hardcore for watching cartoons as an adult.
It's true, you are.
Yeah.
You watch My Little Pony a lot.
Yeah.
So
Aren't those people called bronies?
Yep. For my second one I rated, I put Limit Break from Final Fantasy right behind that one. That is another nutty deck.
Yeah, so
It's almost as bad as Godot.
Yes.
I mean,
So that's Cloud.
Cloud
Is the commander.
ex-soldier, and it's a white, red, green.
And also maybe even easier to play than Counter Blitz.
Yeah, because Counter Blitz is I put counters on things. This one is I put equipment on Cloud.
On one thing.
Yeah, on one thing.
Me hold sword, me swing, me hit.
Yeah, me hit. So this one, the trading out the blue for the red, the big thing with here is you want to be able to hit people as soon as you get stuff out. Red allows you to do that.
What you need to know about Limit Break, though, is when you're playing this commander, one, for the first commander, Counter Blitz, I would tell you you don't always want to cast your commander first because it's absolutely a target.
Right.
Get some stuff out there that's going to support it. For this limit break one, you do have to be okay just killing someone. You really don't want to be spreading damage around. You want to be killing one person and then killing another person.
It's
you can't do the be nice to everybody.
Yeah, it is the Voltron. So
Right.
you need to be 100% okay with looking at somebody and saying, hey, I'm killing you this turn, and then looking at the next person saying, I'm killing you this turn, and looking at the next person saying, I'm killing you this
Or
turn.
even I'm going to be killing you for the next 4 turns.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean-
like I'm not going to hit someone else with Cloud. I'm hitting you.
I do know that in that the pre-constructed cloud deck that we're talking about, I believe there is a multiple combat card. I think there's a couple of them. So it's very easy to kill somebody in
And-
a single turn or multiple people in
and
a
some
single
cards that let you deal damage to everybody when you hit one person.
Yep.
So
So.
yeah.
Yep. So I think
Well constructed.
those 2 decks right out of the box better than the other decks. The other thing I'll say about this ranking system, sometimes I'll have a deck higher than maybe you think it should be, and it's because you can so easily just put a few cards that cost nothing in it and make it very, very, very good.
Right.
Also,
So-
your ranking system is your opinion. So
Yes.
like if you guys don't like his opinion, you don't have to listen to it.
That's
just
true.
do what you want to do.
Yep,
But this is just an opinion.
So the next one I picked is Sultai Arisen, but this one has kind of an asterisk. This is from the Dragons of Tarkir.
Yep.
Tarkir Dragonstorm. It is blue, black, green, and the box commander is Kodos Sibsig Champion. The asterisk is this is a better deck with Ureni of the Unwritten, the backup commander.
Yeah.
If you play Ureni, it is
He's like a dragon, right?
yeah, he's a dragon. When you get a land back from your graveyard, he makes a 4/3 druid zombie.
Yeah,
it's
the
crazy,
druid,
but
yeah.
it's just crazy how many lands you're gonna get back and sack and get back and sack. It is a nutty deck. But again, in my opinion, Kodos is not the guy you need to be running. If it was Kodos as a commander, I'd have it way lower.
Right.
Explorers of the Deep. This is Hackball of the Surging Soil from Lost Caverns of Ixalan, blue-green. This deck, very, very
this
powerful.
was my son Paxton's first deck
Yep.
that he ever got and upgraded, and it is nuts.
It's right out of the box. It's
It
nuts.
is nuts out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put every lord that they could think of for Merfolk in this deck, and it just made it so gross.
And it's got a good mana base, but the commander's ridiculous. The
Yeah.
commander's like put counters on, draw cards, look at the
Put
top of your
lands into
deck,
play.
put lands into play. Like it's like it literally does everything you would want a commander
Yeah.
to do. It's wild.
All on the card.
Yeah, and it's literally just one card. Yeah,
Yep.
it's this is one of the decks that when for this set it came out on, which was Lost Caverns of Ixalan, it was just as soon as I was like this deck's gonna destroy all of them, and almost every single YouTube channel that does like precon like games. Almost every single one of them, when they did this set, the Merfolk one just won every time.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so gross
But-
how quickly and how well it... Because Merfolks are low to the ground, too. They're 2 drops.
Yeah.
They're 3 drops. There's not a lot of cards in there that are going to exceed 4.
Which is what you do have to be careful with that deck is you'll have a tendency to spend all the cards in your hand. Don't do that. Hold some Merfolk back, otherwise you'll just be stuck. This is where I will deviate a little bit, where I actually think Velasa Ramp for Pantlaza, Sun Favored, also from Caverns of Ixalan, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I think it's closer to Explorers. He's not going to get to this one until 20. Because I got to play a lot with them as precons and even after with some upgrades and then a lot of upgrades. I think it's very low for this because
I think you think that, though, because you haven't played a lot of the decks that I'm going to talk about in between. Or played against. For instance, Peace Offering's what I have next from Bloomborough. White, blue, green, Mrs. Bumbleflower.
Oh.
This is a Hugs deck done right.
This
is
Yeah,
hey,
I-
I'm gonna cast a spell. I'll draw a card. Hey Jeff, you draw a card too. You know what? We're buddies. You draw a card. I'm just gonna put this little +1 counter on my guy. Don't worry about it. Nothing big. Pass turn. Next turn, 2 cards. I give you 1. I'll give you 1. You know what I mean? Now
game's flying
it's a
now.
+3, but don't worry about it. I'm not. Yeah, it's flying, but I'm not. I'm just gonna sit back.
It
and
is a
fun.
menace.
And then next thing you know, Miss Bumbleflower's a 60-60 flying menace. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Just yeeting people left and right.
It is. It's hard to take out Miss Bumbleflower when you're getting this help.
Yeah, I'm not saying Pants Laser is quite as good as her, but I'm just saying it's not 20 is all.
I mean,
we'll see.
So the big thing with Bumbleflower too that's crazy is she's got a really big butt. So like a lot of your like deal 3 damage, they're not going to help you. Like you can't kill her with those, especially once she gets a couple counters on it. Because I think her butt's like 5.
Right,
or
and the other
something
thing
like
is
that.
she's not super expensive.
No, she's a 4
They're
drop.
gonna get them back out. Now you're not gonna get that card. You're not my friend
Yeah,
anymore.
and because it's white, blue, green, she has the ramp. Like
Yeah.
she has like a lot of mana production, so it's not hard.
Yeah, and there's other
to get
cards
her
in the
back
deck
out.
to gift cards with or to gift mana with or whatever.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's just a really well done Hugs deck.
And it makes the interaction of doing the politics a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because you do get to be like, okay, well, you're not going to get stuff in the future, and others will. So.
You're now on my naughty list, sir.
Yeah, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, there's a gentleman that played this in the league that I was in, and in a couple of games I got to play against him when he was playing this deck. There was people legitimately saying, "I'm not going to attack you because I want a card potentially."
So, and he didn't start.
They wouldn't swing.
He didn't start till week 2 or 3, and he's a newer player. He's not one of the veterans. I wouldn't call him anywhere near one of the veterans.
Right.
He's been playing probably maybe less than a year. He missed the first couple weeks. He missed some weeks in between, and there was one game where he got called into work, so he got to play one game and had to leave, so he missed 2 points there. He was still in the top 5.
Yeah.
That's how good that deck was.
Yeah, and it's just really well done because of the fact that it's so innocent feeling.
Yeah.
And then like you look over, you're like, wait a minute, how many counters she have on her? Oh, she's just at 12 counters. Wait, what? How did you get 12?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Well, the other thing is, how do people usually remove it? Oh, swords to plowshares. Okay, I'll gain 13 life. That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, it's nutty.
She is really good.
Counter intelligence. This is from the new Edge of Eternities. Blue, red, white, and the commander is In Spirit Flagship Vessel. Another really good counters deck.
Yeah,
this one's
spaceships.
more about charge counters.
Well, it's artifacts and proliferate,
Right.
too. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever want to know if a deck's going to be good, is it artifacts? The answer is yes.
Yeah,
Like-
I have not seen a bad precom artifact deck.
Because you can't do it. They're one of the most powerful things.
Oh,
in
I
Magic.
could build you a deck with some pretty cruddy artifacts.
I mean,
Speaking as a guy who hasn't won a game yet, I believe you.
Wow.
Shots fired. I will say this: the cool thing about the precons is a lot of times your board wipes are going to be focused more on creature board wipes, right?
Yeah.
So you having these artifacts, you're not going to be as affected. So even you casting your own board wipe, 90% of the time, you're good. Like it doesn't actually affect your board state or your game plan a lot, and that's one of the reasons why specifically precon artifact decks are just so strong. Because board wipes in precons, for the most part, are going to be focusing on creatures, and so your creature base is going to get hit, but your artifacts usually are going to sit around. So, and then with the charge counters being based in proliferate, it has blue in it. Blue is the most notorious, I think, for proliferating, in my opinion. So, really easy to get those counters up to do what you want them to do.
Deep glow skate. Hello,
Yeah.
like
Which
out
is
of nowhere.
in that precon.
Yep.
So the other thing I'll say on this too is I believe that station is having a large effect because people they don't realize how powerful it is.
No.
And
Right.
so
Because it's like,
haste
okay, I
doesn't
put
affect
2
it.
counters on it, I pass turn. Like, okay,
Right.
that's great. And then next thing you know, they have 3 creatures, so they tap, and they're like, okay, I put 6 counters. Wait, what?
So
It was only been 1 turn. You did 2 last time. Now you put that's 8 counters on it already.
Right, and so this is like when you play that person who always has like they have one deck, but they always change the cards and make it a new deck. So they always have a new deck. They're always going to have a higher win chance because you don't know what they're doing. Whereas the 3 of us playing, right? I know what your decks do,
Yeah.
so I know what to watch out for. But if you bring a new deck, you're much more likely to win with that new deck.
Yep.
That's how I think Station is working.
But
for this.
Edge of
It
Eternities,
could be, but the Edge of Eternity's decks were both really good.
Yeah, both all 2 of the precons they made were good.
Well, the landfall one we're going to get to in a second. We
Yeah.
we may only are we going to get through
Oh,
this
yeah,
whole
we will,
list?
because many of these we're not going to have comments on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or at least very little comments. Just Guy Striker is what I have next, and the reason why I have this one next, this is what I played in Precon League last time. When I first looked at this deck list, I was like, these are all cards I play.
Yeah.
Reality Shift, it's Curse of the Swine,
Ponder. It has the other one too. What's the other one? Drop.
and then
that's
you're
good.
making copies of any of these that target, and it's just so good.
I think it's ranked too high.
I don't.
I've
Because
played
I
it a
think,
lot. It without upgrades, this lacks card draw. You can destroy stuff. Yes, you have a lot of board wipes and single target removal, and you could put things back to people's hands, but you run out of cards.
Well,
My
have
son
never ran out
Paxton
of
plays
cards.
this. He runs out of. Yeah, you do, dude.
No.
because all you
Not
have
if
to
you're
do
doing
is
it right.
instead of your second spell being a targeted one, it's a non-targeted one. You get to draw.
Yeah.
A card.
Yes.
One card. Yeah.
But then, like, there's 12 or 15 draw cards in the deck.
But if I recall correctly, I was told that you even had to add draw cards to this deck. It was one of the first things you did.
No, counterspells. I wanted counterspells.
You didn't
I
add
never
draw
added
to
draw.
the deck?
No.
I thought you got Ristic Steady.
I did, but I didn't
he
need
didn't.
it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I got it.
If
I'm
you
not
pull
going to not
Ristic
put it in.
Yeah, if you pull a Ristic Study, you're not putting it in your blue deck. You're doing something wrong. You are.
Oh, and just a side note, Tales from the Table. So there was
Yeah.
a brand new guy at the league this week. He gets his packs. He gets his deck. He got the Scions and Spellcraft deck. I look at what he's taking out. Now, he is new. Like, he's only been playing Commander a short time. He took out Swords to Plowshares,
Oh, no.
Authority to Consoles, and I don't remember what the third
Did
one
someone
was.
tell him to
Yeah,
not
I
do
said,
that?
whoa, no, sir, no. I said, slow
Right.
down. And I said, take out one land, do this. I said, this one doesn't really feed into your strategy, and I helped him, and I said, don't ever take these 3 cards out. I don't care what card you pull, do not take these out.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the Scions and Spellcraft is the one I have next. Ishtola, Knight's Blessed. It's a blue, black, white.
Which we talked about this a bunch.
Yep. Real good life game.
And table ping. That's why it's so strong,
Yeah.
I think. Table
Yeah.
ping and life gain.
Yep. World Shaper, black, red, green, Edge of Eternities. This is the land sack deck. Hearthal, the World Seed is the
Yeah.
commander.
And the only thing we have to say to that, same thing with artifacts. If something says landfall, it's going to be good. Just stop.
Yeah, and the
Full
crazy-
stop. It's going to be good.
The crazy thing about this one, too, is it's actually land recursion. So
Yeah.
not only do you get landfall triggers, you get land recursion, which triggers landfall, which triggers
And it's
recursion.
sack lands, and then it has that
just-
planetary annihilation.
It's
in it.
silly.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was, again, well done. Well done deck.
Mardu Surge. This one is from the Tarkir Dragonstorm. White, black, red, Zergo Stormrender. This just pumps out creatures.
Yeah.
They're swinging 3, 4, 5 creatures now. Okay, so you block the one when you kill it. Well, now they draw a card. You don't block it. Well, it dies at end of turn, and you take it.
Everyone takes ping. Yeah.
I mean, you can't win. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, this is another one where, much to Jeff's point about Cloud, you can't be timid with this deck. You get your guy, you start swinging haymakers at people because that is how you're going to outvalue the entire table.
Yep. Fey Dominions, the next one from Wilds of Eldraine. This is a black-blue. Tegwil, Duke of Splendor, is the commander. But again, here, I think the backup commander is better. But this just pumps out fairies like crazy. The fairies do stuff. You got Bitter Blossom in the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really good out of the box. Just value.
Yeah.
Yep. Next on the list is Jump Scare. So we've talked about this one a little bit. Zamon, Mystery Unraveler. You're manifesting dread. The second time it would happen, you're flipping it over.
And we talked about it last week with the combo.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
it's nutty.
It's very good.
Abzan Arbor. This one is just value. It's just.
I don't even know this one.
This is the one, so it's the toughness matters.
Yeah, this is the one from Tarkir where it's the butt is your damage, not just your defense.
So at
This is
first
kinda
they're
like your
playing
wall
things
deck.
and they have big
Yeah.
butts and they're not doing anything, right? And it's like, so you ignore them. And then 2 turns later, now their commander's out and now it's a 12-4 swinging at you or whatever.
Yeah, and this one.
Yeah, but can't you just, what's giving them the ability to attack?
There's
with
so
their
many
butts?
things in that deck that
Yeah,
do
there's
that.
a lot that do it, but it's black green. It's black green white is what it is too. So it has a lot of kind of protection stuff in it. It has a lot of land ramp, recursion. So like even when you're killing stuff, and the other thing is too, the board wipes in this one again they did a good job with. I think they made it specifically like power based board wipes. So all your stuff is 1 or less. So it's like anything above 1 dies, and it's like, oh, all my stuff's 1 or 0.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons this deck's so good because it's so resilient to its own board.
This
wipe.
next one I'm surprised by.
Really?
Your ranking of it.
Really?
I would rank it this high. I was surprised you did.
Oh, yeah. Eternal Might from Aetherdrift. The white, blue, black Temet Noctamun's Will. No, it's just good out of the box.
Oh, it's great. Yes.
This is a zombie one,
And it's a
right?
great one
Now,
to
I will
upgrade,
say,
too.
where it let people down is when they tried to upgrade it and turn it into a regular deck, and people are like,
I think it's still a good deck.
it's still a
Even
good deck,
upgraded.
but it doesn't get a ton better when you go buy those super expensive cards.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It
Because
doesn't-
it's so good out of the box.
Yeah, it's so good out of the box, and
Yeah.
people expected it to jump up. Well, I just spent a ton of money.
I also wonder if people are expecting more blue shenanigans than just really cool zombies.
Right, and I think that's the problem. They try and jam that in there, and it doesn't work.
No.
No, you're
You want
spreading out too
zombies.
many.
Yeah.
So the next one, Living Energy, also from Aether Drift, blue, red, green, Sahili Radiant Creator. There's an infinite combo right in the precon.
Yeah, same thing with Titus. There's an infinite combo built into that one too.
Yep. I mean, it's as good as Energy's ever going to get.
Yeah, that's
You know,
a good way of
it's
putting it.
never going to be at the top of the list, but it's the middle.
Yeah.
It's good. Endless Punishment. This is from Duskmorn. Black, red, Valgavoth, Harvester of Souls. Either commander for this one does pretty well.
Yeah, this is that really gross one that has the commander has like ward, and whenever someone casts their
Ward, pay 2 life.
yeah, it's
And then whenever an opponent plays their first spell each turn, you gain a life or pay a life and draw a card.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. It's like, oh, you put a counter on him and draw a card.
Yeah.
So he's getting bigger every time anybody casts a spell on their turn. It's
Yeah,
like, that's
that's-
not fair. And it just pings you. All this stuff with landfalls and with drawing cards, it all ends up hurting.
I think it doesn't it do treasures too.
Yeah.
It has like a bunch of stuff that cares about sacking and pings you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Animated Army, this is the...
Oh, this one, dude, I hate this deck.
Bloomburrow, red green, Bellow Bard of Brambles. They're turning their 4 cost and higher artifacts and enchantments into 4/4 indestructible swingers.
Yeah, I have a quick tail. I have a
turning
quick,
them into swingers.
Yeah, so I have a
don't
quick
think you
tails of the
said that
table on
right.
this one. So there was a gentleman that played this in the Precon League. We killed his commander 5 times, and he still had enough mana to recast it and had mana left over.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous how much this deck ramps and how annoying it is. Because the worst part about it is that they are indestructible and creatures only on his turn.
Yeah.
So, like, you doing a board wipe on your turn doesn't do anything. It's so aggravating. It might be one of the most
And then
frustrating
even if
things.
you happen to have a Vandal Blast, it does its enchantments too.
Yeah, his enchant. It's just oh my
so-
good. It's so crazy, and I can't tell you how many times like he dropped out the one that it's the enchantment that does like triple damage if you would deal damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts that out, and it's like
Yeah,
all my
like
stuff
red.
is dealing 16, 24 damage this turn, and there's like 6 of them, and they have
Yeah.
trample. I'm like, oh my gosh, that I lost to that deck so much from him, and you know who you are if you listen. You better not be playing that deck again.
Or maybe you should.
I mean, you absolutely. Me dying a lot aside, you absolutely should. The deck was ridiculous. It was, and with the upgrades specifically too, the upgrades that he pulled for that deck were just insane.
Yeah.
Oh, they were insane.
Yep. Next one is Deep Clue Sea, Murders of Karlov Manor,
Great name.
White, Blue, Green, Morska Undersea Sleuth.
Yeah,
Great naming. Good
Yeah,
mention.
this is just a good value deck.
yeah, a lot of draw built in.
A lot of draw built in, which is any precon with a ton of draw. You should
Again,
roll.
it's almost artifacts again too.
Yeah,
with all
that's
those
true.
Clues,
Yeah,
That's
so.
true. The next one is the one I'm playing now in Precon. It's the Precon League Quick Draw, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Stellar League Wild Card. Doesn't have an infinite combo built in, but it has a draw your deck combo, which might as well be infinite because
Yeah.
if you draw your deck, you probably are going to win.
You're right?
Yeah, and you will notice that in his particular thing, you're gonna favor towards Spell Slinger Blue, which is okay.
Not necessarily. I mean, I
It's
put the
okay.
deck I like right now right in the dead center.
Yeah, the one you're playing.
Yeah. So I think I was fair. And right next to it is Velasa Ramptor, Pantlaza, Sun-flavored,
Sun flavored.
flavored.
He's flavor of the sun.
Flavored like sun.
He's a tasty pant laser.
White, red, green from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So you said I didn't rank it high, but I put it right next to the deck that I like quite a bit. So
Yeah, so it's high because it's by deck you selected. Fantastic.
Ahoy Mateys, Admiral Brass, Unsinkable, Blue, Black, Red, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. This one I feel like it has a high floor but a low ceiling. It's never going to be better no matter what you do to it.
I don't know.
I mean, it definitely can
It's
be.
pretty crazy.
It is good. The problem is using the commander that comes with it is very specific. So you have to make sure that you're focusing on that, which
Right.
is milling and returning a pirate specifically.
And the other thing is, I feel like this type of deck draws a lot of hate.
It does, because in this deck, because it's pirate themed, a lot of the stuff is stealing stuff. And some of the stuff that you steal, you don't give back. You just keep
Nope.
it. And people do not like it when you
No.
get their stuff.
They don't like it when you even borrow it. They're
Yeah.
like, don't touch my stuff.
There's a lot of stuff in this deck that very specifically focuses around taking other people's things, casting other people's spells, and so a lot of times when you start doing that, people are like, "Yeah, no, I don't want you doing that. This is my deck."
Jaden, this is his first deck that he upgraded, and he kicked our butts this weekend. Johnny, me, and Daniel.
Impacts, and yeah.
He destroyed us this weekend.
Yeah, he freaking just milled into like the perfect 3 cards. It was insane. It was ridiculous.
Revival Trance. This is from Final Fantasy. White, black, red. Terra, Herald of Hope.
I'm surprised this is this low.
I wanted
It's
to.
good, but compared to the
this
other
looked
decks-
like a great deck, but when you go through it and look at it, I understand why it's
Yeah,
ranked here.
the stuff
but it
that you're
seems
getting.
like it should be higher.
Yeah,
I will.
So here's the thing: the commander keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Then it keeps getting other stuff back.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 cards that if you get them out, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But if people can exile those cards with Swords of Plowshares or something similar to that, now the problem's gone forever, and the deck dirtles.
I mean, it's just very resilient.
Or if they never happen to draw into those cards, you know.
Right. I mean, it's just a very resilient commander because it doesn't really care about board wipes. Unless
No.
you're exiling,
Yeah.
it doesn't care about board wipes
No.
because it will just get them back,
Right.
which is what's so effing annoying about this deck.
Right.
It is.
But like I said, if you get rid of the 2 things that are really problems, then who cares if they get the rest
I
of
will
that?
I will shout out our buddy Mike because this is one of the precons he bought when he got back into Magic this year. This is one of the precons he bought. He only lost so much with this precon because when I died, I was helping other people play their cards correctly, and I was helping them
In
kinda
the
bully-
tournament?
No.
Oh, okay.
Here when we play our work league that we're in, I was helping people. I was helping people play their decks right and kind of beat up on them. So he probably would have won a lot more games with that deck if I wasn't helping people. But it is a gross deck. It's in my opinion, it is very strong. I might have put it a little bit higher, but I mean I understand why a lot of these other decks are just bangers. So.
Yeah. The next one is Miracle Worker. This one is from Dustmorn.
Yep.
White, blue, black, and a Minotaur Veil Piercer. So this is the one where you get Miracle Cost on spells.
Yep.
Strangely, not as powerful as it would sound. I mean, it's good. It's decent. It's got some good value, but you would think if I could cast things for a Miracle instead of paying their full cost, but it's just not. I mean, you take out the commander and the deck's meh.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. People take out your commander, and then the deck is meh.
Well, I mean, but it's still enchantments.
Yeah, it's fine. Virtue and Valor from Wilds of Eldraine. This one's green, white. Elevator of the Wild Court. I mean, it does what you think green white does.
I didn't even think there would be elevators in the wild court, but it's a nice court.
Yep.
Big and spacious.
Squirreled Away from Bloomburrow. This is the black-green hazel with a root bloom.
Yeah.
Squirrels deck. People like it because it's fun. It's resilient. You can pop them out. It's not going to break down any walls. It's not.
Yeah, it's
one of the
really hard to
strongest.
get through.
But if you pop off at the right time and nobody has a board wipe,
Yeah.
you're going to win.
Yeah.
Grand Larceny from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, blue, black, green. Gaunty, Canny Inquisitor.
Sorry, Bryce.
I feel like this one's really popular in certain cities. Grand Larceny.
Yeah.
And the next one I feel like is really popular in certain states.
Grand Larceny, the problem with this deck is people don't like you touching their stuff or casting their spells.
Or just touching our cards.
When you take the spell off the top of their deck and then use it against them, they get really salty. They're going to go after your commander. They're going to go after you.
I will point out one of the reasons why it's even like worse is because it's face down, so only they get to see it. So you don't even get to know what they stole until they cast it, if they even cast it.
But people assume the worst. So you're why I'm not getting lands. You're why I'm not hitting my ramp.
It is a mean deck for sure. But again, it's another one where if the commander's taken out, there's not a lot of other support.
I mean, there's other things in there that do
But
it, but the problem is people hate it to the point they focus on you.
Yeah.
They will take you out first, even though you're not the
I
most
feel like
powerful.
the support though for casting stuff off the top, which is what he wants to do, isn't as many as it like is, for example, in the Titus with like the counter stuff, or like there's a lot more support in those decks if the commander's not there compared to this one. The commander, there's still support, just it's not as much.
It happens if you hit the right deck.
Yeah.
right? You know, like it synergizes with yours a little bit on accident. You know?
Yep. Family Matters from Bloomborough, White, Blue, Red, Zinnia, Valley's Voice. Just, it's good. I mean, it really is. You give stuff Offspring, but it's way better when you build your own.
Offspring's crazy, yeah.
It's Vin Diesel's favorite deck.
You give
What?
Draneth.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
You give
Appreciate
Draneth
it.
Magistrate Offspring, so now they have to remove 2 things before they can cast their commander. It's pretty good. Desert Bloom, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, White, Blue, Green,
Yeah.
Yuma, Proud Protector. It's again just a good value deck, but it's not as strong as many of the others.
Yeah, the problem is this is a landfall deck, but it's a specific landfall deck. It's deserts is mainly what it cares about, and so that's kind of the holdback on it a little bit.
Yep.
Is that it's so heavily focused on deserts that if you don't have them, it doesn't function as well as a regular landfall deck would. So.
right.
So something happened with the list here because the next one I have is actually
Desert Bloom is on mine.
Desert
Or,
Bloom
sorry,
we just
Timor
did. Timor
Roar.
Roar. But I thought we talked about that one already. Oh no, this is the Rampant Dragons.
Yeah.
Yep. It's okay. It's pretty good. Not bad. So this next one I would have had at the very bottom of the list a week ago. Except that Bryce is playing it in the league.
He switched.
He thought about playing it in the league, so he was testing it. It's better than I gave it credit for, but it's still very, very one-sided. So this one's about suspecting creatures, goading creatures, getting value from people who are attacking your opponents.
No thanks.
Blood Rights, Clavino, First of the Blessed, White, Black, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. It's okay. It's not great. Blame Game from Murders of Carlisle's Manor, White, Red, Nelly Borka, Impulsive Accuser. Again, nothing really.
Yeah.
Revenant Recon. Now this one's going to make some people salty, I think, because they really like their graveyard decks.
Yeah.
Murders of Carlisle Manor, Blue Black, Mirko Obsessive Theorist. The problem with this is it's not good out of the box. It is something to build with and get something better. I don't think it's that good out of the box. Death Toll from Duskmorn, Black, Green, Winter, Cynical Opportunist. This deck is all over the place.
I don't even think I even seen that deck.
Yeah, I mean, I own it. It's very low focus. It has like 6 themes it's trying to pull off, and none of them work. And then Deadly Disguise, Murders of Carlisle Manor, White, Red, Green. It tried to do the what am I trying to say? Manifest thing. Mm-hmm. But they call it Disguise.
Right.
That just doesn't do it as well.
This one makes no sense because it's so similar, but just not as good as the other.
Yeah, it's
Merfolk.
nowhere near.
Like
nowhere near as
it's
good.
like let's just do something not as good.
Yep. So
Doesn't make any sense.
that's the ranking of the 35 standard legal precons that I came up with. Even reading it, there's some things that I could be convinced, well, this should go lower, that should go higher.
Yeah.
If I played Pat Laza right now, maybe I'd feel it deserves a few
You're
spots
saying
higher.
It wrong.
The pants. Play the pants.
Pants laser.
Okay, Pants Laser, sure.
And I will say, too, Most Wanted Olivier that you just touched on, that one has the
Olivier.
unique advantage of having actually 3 potential commanders, because there's 2 that you can actually use as alternate commanders that come in the precon. So you can actually really kind of focus it in. I bought that because this was right around when Assassin's Creed was coming out, and there's a bunch of cards in there I wanted because they were assassins.
No,
So-
it is a cool concept because
Yes,
it's
very
doing
cool.
a much broader tribal theme.
Right.
Right? It's doing outlaws as
Yes.
your tribe or your kindred,
Right.
as it were. So it's a cool concept. There isn't enough good stuff that matters.
Yeah, the alternate one of the alternate commanders that I do like that I think would make it a little bit more fun is I can't remember his name, but he turns treasures into 3/3 assassins on your turn.
Right, yeah, I've seen that guy.
And so the advantage of him is because there is a lot of treasure focused stuff in here. You deal damage, you get treasure. This happens, you get treasure. So basically, on your turn, you have all these treasures, and you turn them into a bunch of 3/3 assassins, and you dome somebody. So he's one of the alternate commanders. There's one other one I can't remember what the other guy does, but yeah, it's it's definitely a little bit more niche because this was when they were trying to come up with the tribal as it is with having a level of, hey, these are all outlaws, and then these are what are outlaws inside of that. So.
That's the list. Any pro tips you want to go over?
Yeah, so real quick, just kind of to bring it back up, just because our friend and coworker got back into Magic, and his brother built him a deck, and me and Jeff got to play against it this weekend with his two sons.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, unfortunately,
my children were ridiculous and didn't let anyone else play Magic.
Yeah, which was kind of saddening. But one of the big things is that I just want to point out is, sometimes people fall victim, even someone like his brother who's a veteran player, of thinking of a theme of a deck and then they build it and then it kind of won't always meld the way you want it to. And a lot of times that just comes from playtesting it. And so one of the things I want to remind people is that when you're building your deck and you have an idea for the deck, the two questions, and these are the questions I brought to our buddy, was, what is the purpose of the deck, and then how does it win? And so what I told him is the deck that he's playing is the dragon that is whenever a creature with haste attacks, create a tap treasure token. And he said, well, I really wanted to cast big stompy stuff to kill people. I said, great. Do you have a consistent way to give it haste? All those big stompies that don't have haste. And he said, well, not really. I said, okay, well, that's your first issue. But I said the other thing is besides casting big creatures, what are you doing with the treasure tokens? He said, well, I'm casting big creatures. I said, well, if you have 15 treasure tokens and you cast a big creature and it doesn't have haste, someone's just going to kill it. Like, you're not actually going to get to do your fun thing. So I just brought up, here's some alternative win cons that still care about treasure tokens, but it allows you. Yeah, Revel and Riches was one of the enchantments I brought up. You have 10 treasure tokens beginning of your upkeep, you win the game.
Yep.
Another thing I brought up was Torment of Hailfire. Pay X, black, repeat this process X times, basically sack, discard, or take 3 life X amount of times is what that card says. Well, if you have 15 treasure tokens, yeah, that's a lot. So just remember, when you're building a deck, the main theme can definitely be something, but if there is a chance that your main theme might not be able to work because, for example, someone's holding down the board and making things come in tapped, which was the big issue that we ran into, his haste doesn't matter. He has to wait a whole turn, and then people can blow that stuff up. So just making sure when you're building your deck, don't be so focused on one theme that you don't have anything else to do.
And
just
when you play
that.
it and you figure it out, take them out. Take out those things that are over focused and put in some things to give you some
and you gotta pay attention to the mana curve. I know a lot of people out there don't want to take the time to think through it, but his curve was really high. So I think I just gave him some low to the ground stuff. He fixed it up when you were there with those cards, and then his deck ran completely different, even without those things. Just, you do need things to do on turn 2, 3, 4, and sometimes on turn 4 and 5, you don't want to play one big thing. You want to play a couple of smaller things. Mm-hmm. So pay attention to the curve, too. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and because what I did was when everyone left, he asked me to kind of sit down with him real quick and go over it. And I took all of his cards. I said, we're going to put all your 1 cost here, your 2 cost, 3 cost. We went all the way across. I said, great. We're going to put all the creatures up here and all the non-creature stuff down here. And then I said, then what we're going to do is we're going to put all of your mana production stuff here. We're going to put all your stuff that has haste in different piles, but still keeping them in their mana curves. And then what are your game winners? Like, what is that? If I get to cast this, I win the game. He had like 1. He had 1 spell that was, if I cast this, I win the game. And I was like, that's an issue. You need more than one thing that's going to win you the game if you cast it, besides just hitting people in the face. So, we went over it and stuff like that. But yeah, remember, guys, deck building's a process. It's not I built this deck, I'm done, I'm good to go.
Or I built it, it doesn't work, I'm taking it apart.
Right. You sometimes need to fine tune it, and you need to keep playing it a lot, because when you goldfish it, which all 3 of us are pretty big advocates for goldfishing, it can only get you so far.
Right.
Because you can't account for 3 other opponents doing things that interfere with what you're goldfishing. So just something to keep in mind when you're deck building. Don't be over focused sometimes on your theme, and also remember you need to play your deck to actually help it get evolved to get it to the point where you want it to be.
But he did do something really smart, and this is good too, is he picked a deck that he knew his personality would have fun playing.
Right.
Yep.
When we play D&D and stuff, his characters always just run in and attack whatever's there, even if it's like a mirror. He had a character that just attacked mirrors for no reason. So he knew a haste deck that just went and attacked things was going to be the thing he enjoyed doing.
Right. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, you could build all these other ideas, or just build into that idea. It'll probably work if you put the right cards in it. And And I think it will once we get it finished.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's about all the time we got for this week. You can check us out at youtube.com/@commanderspod. You can email us, cast@commanderspod.com. You can go to our website, commanderspod.com. If you really like us, you can become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com.
You just have to kind of like us to do that. Yeah, just a little bit.
And then you can check us out on all the podcast sites.
You got it written. You still can't do it. You got it written, bro.
I didn't say them yet. I messed up the word podcast.
Which is
That's
also
not the same
written.
thing.
Which is podcast site.
But that includes Spotify, Audible, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, etc.
I'm such a bad friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
I know I can't read, so it's not like I.
The thing is, I feel like this is Charles Barkley. If he turned around and made you read it, you'd screw it up too.
Yeah. Oh man.
You done?
I think so. I think
All
I'm
right.
alright. I think I'm good. It's good. Sorry.
Patreon.
I already said that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can
Yeah.
do it though.
As always, play bold, swing wide, and don't forget to pay the one.
Commander Pod, where the stories unfold, with heroes and villains, new and old. Dungeons and Dragons guide the way in the world of D&D we play. So tune in, friends, let's fly and go. With Commander Pod, the love will show. From our decks to yours, we share the spark in the world of magic. We'll leave our mark.